somebody a birthday card is a nice gesture, but how about doing it more than 9,000 times a year? Sheldon Yellen is the CEO of Belfor Holdings. It's the largest property restoration company in the country, and he does it for all of his 9,200 employees. In fact, I think there are actually more than 9,200 now. He carries around a suitcase full of stationery, so wherever he is, he can write additional thank you notes for anniversaries and other events. Mr. Yellen joins us now. Sheldon, thank you so much for being here. Actually, it's more than 9,000. You have about 12,000 employees, right?
We just recently did another acquisition, so we're up to just over 12,000 people now, yeah.
It's got to take a lot of your time to do all this. Are the benefits worth it?
I think they are, and it started out when there was 19 employees, and this is going back 34 years ago. As we continued to grow our business throughout the world, and we are the largest restoration company in the world in 34 countries, we added employees every time we did an acquisition. So today, with this recent acquisition, we have just over 12,000 people. And the question of, is it worth it? I think it is. It's a culture builder. And I think that it lets people know and understand that they matter. Because as I go around the world and meet with people, I remember tidbits of information. I get to drop a little note in each birthday wish. And they feel remembered and valued, and literally collect the birthday cards for years. So when I go in someone's office, they have 12 years, 9 years, 14 years of cards on their wall, and they too pass on that to others. And I think, again, a culture is the most important thing for a business, and the biggest asset you got are the great people that run the business.
And you talked about meaning. It's man's search for meaning, right, in life, and Dr. Frankel wrote about that. But do you find in the 30-plus years that you've been working with your employees and you've seen them grow from 19 to over 12,000 now, there's a difference in terms of how people react to handwritten notes, because we seem to not communicate anymore through handwritten notes. We're always looking down at our phones, and we're not taking that extra time to say thank you. And then also, really quickly, do you have a certain favorite pen? I was just curious.
I have a certain pen. I do. First of all, I do have a favorite pen. We have bought 3,000 of those pens, so I will have them for a long time.
Okay.
And as far as you talk about, is there a difference in the world of communication today? Of course there is. And I think that maintaining that handwritten note as a practice, as a habit, I think is important, because it really differentiates you from these emails and texts that go on. And that's why I still carry a flip phone. I don't text. I do have a flip phone. And when people talk, I want to hear their emotion. I want to hear when they ask for a CapEx request and they're going to spend money and invest money, I want to hear that they're committed to it. I want to hear from their heart that they're going to take ownership. And you can't hear that in a text.
Absolutely.
So I think it's an important trait to continue on.
Sheldon, I just want to say thank you to you for inspiring us and our viewers. I think there might have been a time in our country where it wouldn't have been so unusual to hear about a leader of a business who took the time to thank his employees. I noticed a lot of your employees are doing what is obviously dirty, hands-on work, getting their hands dirty, and it's just wonderful that you're taking the time to say thank you to them.
Well, like again, you know, I've said to you guys before, I'm working alongside of some of the greatest people on earth. We have the honor of serving those in need after a fire, a flood, or storm damage. And we get to serve those people that have lost their homes, their businesses, and help restore their lives and get their facilities back in order. And a hug, a handwritten note, a thank you, a sign of gratitude, this is not a lost art at Belfor, I can tell you that.
Good for you.
Hi, Sheldon. It's Heather Zumaraga. I'm actually writing a book on corporate culture, so I think this would be something that would fit right in it, very much so. I actually quit my high-paying job at AIG because my boss didn't appreciate me. Now I work for a boss who greatly appreciates me. But are there things outside of the thank you notes, of the handwritten thank you notes, that you also think you should extend to your employees in terms of showing appreciation?
I do. And when you hear of random acts of kindness, and again, remember, we're approaching people on some of the worst days of their life. They just had a fire in their home. They've lost all their personal belongings. So we hear so many heroic stories that our people have gone into homes or businesses and found, just recently a story, found the American flag that draped the coffin of a vet that was buried. And all the woman wanted, the homeowner wanted, was that flag. And one of our people found it. And they wound up getting it cleaned, and they redelivered it to her. So I go out of my way to write a note to that employee to let them know that that random act of kindness made a difference in someone's life. And I believe that's what we should all be striving to do every day. And like you just said, you're writing a book. You know, one of the cheapest things you can do in life to make a difference is just by being nice.
Yeah, Sheldon, you know, I got to.
Yes.
We have to break it at that, but to have respect and an esprit de corps, sometimes it's more important than how much money you pay your employees. But it shows that you can have capitalism with it. Not all capitalism has heart like yours do, but they coincide very nicely, and more people should understand that. Congratulations. I think all of us
Thanks so
can
much.
appreciate the work that you're doing. Sheldon Yellen from Belfer Holdings. Please come back and see us again, Sheldon. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Good stuff.
Thank you.